Jesus Dureza steps down from his post as presidential advisor for the peace process.
Dureza is taking the fall after President Rodrigo Duterte fired officials from his agency over corruption allegations. Here's the report.
Jesus Dureza takes full responsibility for the corruption in the office of the presidential advisor for the peace process. In his resignation letter to President Duterte, Dureza said he is stepping down to pave the way for necessary reorganization that the chief executive might wish to implement at the agency. Dureza also said he was glad but sad over Duterte's decision to boot 2 officials of the OPAPP. He reveals he did take steps to curb the corruption inside the agency after talking to the Commander-in-Chief earlier this month. It appears the president wasted no time in acting upon this information. At the inauguration of the Bohol-Panglao International Airport on Tuesday, Duterte announced that he sacked OPAPP Undersecretary Ronald Flores and Assistant Secretary Yeshturn Don Bakay.
I fired his USEC, si Ronald Flores, OPAPP, that is the Presidential Office for the Peace Process, and a director, I said, Yeshturn Don Bakay.
Flores was Undersecretary for Support Services as well as the National Program Manager of PAMANA, while Bakay was Assistant Secretary for Support Services and PAMANA Concerns. Projects under PAMANA, or Payapa at Masaganang Pamayanan, include road and infrastructure developments, among other projects, aimed at transforming hard-to-reach and conflict-affected areas into economically thriving communities. In his letter, Dureza said Flores and Bakay are involved in corrupt practices in relation to the PAMANA projects. The president had already accepted Dureza's resignation.
Lately, I've been, but I am very sad that I accepted the resignation of Secretary Dureza. And I fired his USEC.
Duterte said he is set to fire another high-ranking official of the OPAPP while seemingly absolving Dureza of any blame.
I'm going to fire also Undersecretary. Ito yung malikot ng mga to. Either yung ginagamit mo or talagang lost canon. Kaya ang gobyerno hirap. In fairness to Secretary Dureza, wala man siyang maybe because he's the head of office. Pero itong dalawa nagkalat ito.
Still, Dureza says he is not without fault as he was unable to clean up corrupt acts under his watch. He adds, he is disheartened that the institution must now suffer publicly due to the acts of a few. As presidential peace advisor, Dureza sought out leftist rebels and indigenous peoples, bringing the message of peace and reconciliation promised by Duterte's administration. He led the government in pursuing peace with groups like the CPP, NPA, NDF, and the MILF to end the decades-old conflict in Mindanao, as well as one of the world's longest-standing civil wars. Under his watch, members of the Philippine government and the MILF held numerous talks that gave birth to at least 4 new peace accords. Dureza was also in the forefront of the charge for the Bangsamoro Organic Law, which he himself asked Duterte to certify as urgent. Bella Toledo, we are One News.